Welcome back to another stream for Assassin's Creed 2. We are jumping in where we left off. However, we are going to change the plan slightly. Instead of going ahead and starting the next mission, we are going to go collect some feathers. So, the two parts of the district that we have are these two. So, we'll go ahead and start with the district that we're in. And we are going to head over here-ish.
Spare a thought for others, you might injure.
Won't be bashful time, is it?
Now, unlike later Assassin's Creed games where you can literally buy a map for everything, or this one where you can buy a map for all the treasures, in the original Assassin's Creed with all the flags, and this Assassin's Creed with all the feathers, there is no in-game map that you can get. There are several online that are pretty good. I use the one from Map Genie, and basically once you have a certain idea of where it is, then you can just kind of look for it. That guy's going to be a problem, isn't he? Okay, not a problem anymore. So usually if you have an idea of where it is and you get in the general vicinity, you'll start to see it. If you don't, you can use your Eagle Vision to look for the glow. Alright, so usually I keep my Assassin's Creed commentary fairly minimal. I'll read database entries and stuff like that. But considering we are exploring two districts of the city that we have already been through pretty thoroughly, there shouldn't be much to say. So, if I'm quiet, that's right. Probably why they're, I'd be fairly quiet anyway with minimal commentary, but won't even be much to read.
Sanjay.
You should not be up here, Stoltov. Let my experience garnish you in the finest style available. Get down, Stroll! Down or down! You should not be up here! Leave! Laggiù! Stop him, ragazzi!
That's a man. Not like an eagle. Ugh.
Donna Leonora.
To all ragazzi of suitable age, the city guard is recruiting volunteers for the role. Get down, Ora! You should not be up.
I'm holding the highest quality. Guaranteed!
Why would anyone carry on like that?
Bizarre. What's with him?
Holy focaccia! What on earth is he up to?
Why would anyone carry on like that?
Just as a note, you could get these feathers at any time that you see them. The reason I prefer to do it this way is because there is no in-game map for them. It becomes very easy to not, if you try and go pick up a map later for the ones that you're missing, it becomes very easy to not know which ones you're missing because you're not sure which ones you got and which ones you still need just by looking at a map. So, unless you feel like scouring every last little nook and cranny of the city trying to find them on your own, it's generally easier to wait until you have a map and then just go get them all. I like to do it by districts so that I'm not then spending, hours at the end of the game doing nothing but feathers. So since we've already cleared these 2 districts of all the treasures and side missions and stuff like that that are available, at least for now, the next step would be the feathers.
Fish merchant at San Marco wishes it be known throughout the città. None can beat his prices or the freshness of his stock.
This next one is kind of iffy on which district it's actually in, because it's right on the line of the two districts, so we're going to go see if it's actually there, and if it's not, then we'll skip it. Like, see if we can actually get to it. Obviously it'll be there, but I'm not sure if we can get to this one yet, or if it's going to be considered out of bounds. Which way do I want to go? Well, not that way. Might as well just swim, because clearly that's not getting me anywhere.
You have your knives? We could use them for target practice.
The citizens of Pisa have held a mass demonstration, once again sending Firenze a message of contempt. The city's youth apparently gathered...
That was a bit reckless, huh, friends?
All members of the Arta della Seta!
Okay, so originally I was going to wait to get these treasures until we had to be up here for a quest, but that's not going to be until like sequence 12, I think. And we're in sequence 2, and the feather is also up at the top of the church. So I guess whether I like it or not, we're climbing the Duomo. The Duomo.
Please do not use dye or fuel in municipal water sources. Remember, all canning must be conducted outside the city limits. Offenders will be fined.
Wait. Is this the front of the church? Where's the Campanile?
Treatment with the least varieties brought back from the market.
There's the Campanile. So this is where I want to climb. I mean, you can climb wherever is easiest for you. I find this corner to be the easiest. not even the climb that I completely dislike. It's getting down. Okay, so the key is to find the ledge with the parrots? Those are not parrots. Pigeons. Alright, so we have officially collected all the feathers and all the treasures in these two districts. So, now we can move on. Helps if I'm going the right way.
Bentornato, Ezio. Were you successful?
Yes. Madre?
Ezio! Where have you been? They wouldn't let us leave. And Mother, oh, she hasn't spoken a single word since we left the house. Father will need to sort things out. Where is Father? And Federico? And Petruchio? Hmm?
Something's happened.
What do you mean? No, it's impossible.
Claudia,
No.
I did everything I could, Piccina. Listen, right now what matters is getting us all someplace safe. But to do that, I need you to stay focused. Do you understand? Good. Will you watch over Mother for me? Then we are ready. Thank you again for everything.
Stay safe, Ezio. Stay vigilant. I suspect the road ahead is yet long.
Arrivederci. Escort Maria and Claudia out of Florence to the Villa Auditore in Monteriggioni.
Fall in.
Go away. Bind thy wounds, noble signor. Let their man be not in vain. You have our hearts and sometimes more. Denaro! Moneta! Denaro! Moneta! Che buona fortuna! Denaro! Go! Yes! Does something ail you, friend? money!
Yes!
What? Gold! Gold! I hear
Yes.
money! I hear money!
Money!
I hear money! Gold! Money! Money! Money!
The easy way.
Hear money!
Seguimi.
Caravan travel. Travel in the Renaissance was not the disgusting ordeal it is today. Instead, it was merely terrifying. The countryside was filled with bandits, causing most travelers to move in armed groups, called caravans. Anxious voyagers usually sewed valuables and gold into the soles of their shoes, or the lining of their jackets. Guides, called vetturini, were sometimes hired to help plot the route of the caravans and book rooms at local inns. But those carriers were often working with the bandits, just like travel agents today.
All right, go.
Principessa, dammi un bacio!
I follow my lead. On me.
How could this have happened to us?
I don't know.
Will we ever be back?
I don't know. Andiamo.
What will happen to our house?
I don't know.
Were they given a proper burial?
Yes, they were.
All right, memory sequence 2 complete. Toscana, or Tuscany, 1476.
We should be close.
Grazie Dio.
Roadside assistance. Escort Maria and Claudia to the Villa Auditore in Monteriggioni.
This way.
Buongiorno, Ezio. How could you leave Firenze without saying a proper goodbye?
Ezio!
What do you want, Vieri?
So many things. A larger palazzo, 2 new steeds, a prettier bride. Oh, and yes, your life. My condolences for the loss of your father and brothers. What will happen now that there's no one left to help you? I have such wonderful things in store for the mother and sister. I grow tired of this game. Finish him, and do not spare the women. What sorcery is this?
Not sorcery, boy. Skill.
Show yourself!
As you wish. Here, use this.
Kill them! Kill them all! There! He's bolting! Stop him!
You have my thanks.
Keep the sword, Ezio.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Don't you recognize me? It's a me, Mario!
Uncle Mario?
It's been too long, Nipote. Far too long. I heard what happened in Firenze. Terrible. Come, let's get you all away from here.
Monteriggioni. Built in the 13th century by the overlords of Siena, Monteriggioni was actively involved in the defense of Tuscany against Florentine attempts to gain more territory. At the front of this conflict was the Auditore family, who became the city's rulers and protectors. It was the Auditore who constructed Monteriggioni's famous walls, which can still be seen today. Although standing in opposition to Florentine desires, the Auditore had cordial relations with the Medici family, largely due to their collective Florentine roots. Monteriggioni successfully withstood attacks from Florence until in 1554 the city was betrayed. Giovannino Zetti, the keeper of the garrison and a Florentine exile, was allowed to return to Florence in exchange for the keys to the city. Extraordinarily, the Auditore were allowed to continue their rule of Monteriggioni under Florentine leadership, showing that the Medici do not forget their friends. Casa Dolce Casa. Explore the Villa Auditore with Mario.
So, tell me everything.
Mario Auditore, born 1434, condottiero and noble. One of several condottieri controlling the Tuscan countryside, Mario Auditore played a significant role in the Battle of Anghiari, alerting Micheletto Antintolo to the appearance of several dust clouds over the road, which signaled a surprise advance by Milanese troops. Thanks to Mario, the Milanese attack was foiled, and the Florentines won the battle. Although Mario sided with Florence in Anghiari, for most of his career he defended the interests of his hometown Monteriggioni, derailing Florentine attempts to seize Tuscan territory. While Mario's younger brother Giovanni moved to Florence in 1454 to pursue a career in banking, Mario stayed at the family's villa in Monteriggioni, stating in a letter to Giovanni that he preferred fighting like a man to filling out balance sheets.
They executed father for treason. Federico and Petruccio too. And they came for me.
Do you know why?
I have no answers, Uncle. Only a list of names taken from a man who wished me dead. I still can't believe they are gone.
Don't worry. We will make sense of this.
I wish I shared your optimism.
Come on, keep pace. We're almost there. I think you will find much to like in Monteriggioni.
I thought Monteriggioni was an enemy of Firenze.
For now. Next year will be its friend, the year after its enemy again, and on and on. I cannot keep track, so I have stopped trying. These are honest, hard-working people. Our shops may only carry simple goods, but they're well-made and dependable. There is a chapel here, too. The prete seems a nice enough fellow, but I've never been much of a believer.
Did you know the Villa Auditore is almost 200 years old? It was built by my great-grandfather.
A strange man who carried all kinds of secrets. Keep your eyes open, and you might discover a few of them yourself. With all the fighting that's been going on, this place has started to get a bit rough around the edges.
Villa Auditore. Constructed in 1290, the Villa Auditore is an important medieval predecessor to early Renaissance architecture. The villa's wonderful symmetry and ordered geometry were a revelation for its time. Not only concerned with aesthetics, Domenico Auditore, Ezio Auditore's great-grandfather, designed his home to double as a fortress and training ground, looking out over both the city that it protects and the Tuscan plains. After a Florentine attack in 1320 left the facade damaged, the present facade was erected and a painting gallery was added to the interior. Domenico was more than just an architect and a warrior. He was also a skilled engineer. Recently discovered hidden compartments and rooms with mechanisms blocking entry are several unique features of the building that make it a technological marvel as well as an architectural one.
I wish I could do something about it, but I just don't have the time or money to fix things up. Guess that's life, huh? Here we are. Casa Dolce Casa. So, what do you think?
It's most impressive, Uncle.
She's seen better days, I suppose. Believe me, I'd have her shining again if only I had the time. Now that you have had the tour, Nipote, you should go and outfit yourself. My men in the market are expecting you. Return here when you're finished, and we'll begin.
Begin? Begin what?
I thought you'd come here to train.
No, Uncle. I came here to escape Firenze. And I intend to take my family further still.
But what about your father? He'd want you to finish his work.
What work? My father was a banker.
Wait, he did not tell you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ma che me combini, Giovanni? Where to even begin? Go and fetch the gear in the market. It will give me time to think. But that's that. We'll talk more later. Some spending money should you need it. And if you find yourself in need of rest, I've prepared a room for you on the top floor of the villa.
Okay, so we need to visit the blacksmith. However, before we do that, let's pop up here and get this glyph. Doesn't like where I am, so let's try coming from above. There we go.
It's getting easier and easier to hack into Abstergo's mainframe. It's like I know what data I'm looking for. Like I've already lived it.
Uberto Alberti. This is a picture of the Templar Uberto Alberti, Florentine Gonfaloniere of Justice and a traitor to my family. Date of death 1476. So as we take out our targets, they will each get a picture up here commemorating our kills.
You seek fair prices for quality work.
Okay, so it wants us to buy the leather greaves, and a dagger.
Glad
And
to be
that's
of service.
all that's available right now. We have to open the rest of the shops. Wait. Nope, doctor's already open.
Healing services for all the gods' flock.
It just so happens I need medicine anyway, so that works out.
That should heal quickly now.
Grazie.
If you seek fair prices for quality work.
Alright, so before we start the next mission, I'm going to take a quick break to step the dog out, and I will be right back. All right.
Don't worry. We're only staying here for a little while.
I don't like it here. I want to go home.
I know. Salute, uncle. I did as you asked.
And quickly too, ben fatto. Now, let's teach you how to fight.
No. As I said, we are leaving.
Ezio, you barely held your own against Vieri. You won't survive a week on the road. If you want to leave, so be it. But at least do so armed with the skills and knowledge necessary to defend yourself. If not for me, for your mother and sister.
Fine.
Ottimo.
Practice makes perfect. Learn how to fight from Mario.
You can swing a sword, to be sure, but offense alone will not carry a battle. You must survive long enough to strike. I will teach you how to dodge.
You said my father was more than just a banker.
No use dancing around it, I suppose. Your father...
Mercenaries. Mercenaries were highly mobile in Renaissance Italy, moving from contract to contract. Professional captains, called condottieri, usually paid for by cities, recruited men for a fixed amount of time. Many of the for-hire soldiers who served in Italy weren't even Italian, coming from places like Germany, Switzerland, and Hungary. In their perpetual struggle to dominate Italy, the Italian states hired mercenaries to wage war against their Italian neighbors, and the soldiers, many of whom had no code of honor, would often rape and sack freely. When the state that was bankrolling them ran out of money, the soldiers would disband, frequently to be hired to destroy the very city they had just fought to defend. Some mercenaries were honorable, fighting for a cause they believed in. But men such as these were few and far between. Where they existed, however, they were much sought after.
An assassin.
I told you before. My father was a paper pusher.
No. He was born and bred to kill. Benny, I've taught you how to avoid your enemy's attacks. Now you'll learn how to turn them to your advantage.
All this talk of assassins and Templars, it reeks of fantasy.
Like something from an old parchment covered in arcane writing, perhaps?
How did you know?
You have your father's blade. I figured you have the Codex page he was holding as well.
Codex?
See, a guide to the inner workings of the Order. Its origin, purpose, and techniques. Our creed, if you will. Your father believed the Codex contained a powerful secret. Something that would change the world. Perhaps it's why they came for him.
Assassins, Templars, Codex pages. This is a lot to take in.
You need to open your mind, Ezio. Always remember, nothing is true, everything is permitted.
Oh, stamina. You should train more. Ma che cosa aspetti? Avanti.
You're making fine progress, Ezio. Today I'm going to teach you how to position yourself in battle. Where you stand and how you move can make all the difference. Don't think I haven't seen you picking apart my library. I trust you believe me now?
Yes. My father was an assassin. But why the need for such secrecy?
Are you familiar with the Templars? one of several knightly orders formed during the Crusades. History teaches they were disbanded nearly 200 years ago in France. Only they weren't. Merely pushed underground, where they continued their nefarious work.
What work?
The Templars seek dominion over man, and we, the assassins, are sworn to stand against them.
Was Uberto one of them?
Yes.
And the other names on my father's list?
Templars as well.
That means Vieri.
Just like his father, Francesco. Likely the entire Pazzi family.
Hey, it would explain many things. Sei pessimo. Vediamo questa Hai paura? Vieni a
Well done, Nipote. You've really come into your own.
Thank you, Uncle, for all you have given me.
Your family. Such is my duty and my desire.
I'm glad you had me stay.
Good. You've reconsidered leaving.
We sail for Spain in 3 days.
But Nipote, I have given you these skills that you might be better prepared to strike against our enemies.
And if they find me, I will.
You want to leave Ezio? To throw away everything your father fought and died for? To deny your heritage? Fine. Come vuoi. Arrivederci e buona fortuna.
Uncle, wait! Why is he so upset?
How can he not be? Vieri's been harassing us ever since you first arrived. To be expected, I suppose, given his heritage.
Uncle! Where is everyone?
They ride for San Gimignano to slay that snake, Vieri.
Vieri di Pazzi, the youngest member of the second most notorious Florentine banking family. This kid...
Oops.
Vieri di Pazzi, the youngest member of the second most notorious Florentine banking family. This kid knew how to burn right through his father's money. Outside of spending sprees involving weaponry, exotic animals, and clothes, he was fiercely competitive. Vieri hosted races of all kinds: boating, horseback riding, running. All of them rigged, of course. And get this, if through some amazing stroke of luck he ever lost, he'd invite the winner's entire family over for a victory dinner and serve them a meal to die for.
I wish to join them.
You'll find what you need at the stables.
Alright, before leaving, check on Maria. Learned a bunch of new skills.
Ezio, look at her. I still can't get her to talk. She spends all day and night in front of those feathers Petruccio used to collect. She can't let them go. I don't know what to do.
Don't worry. She'll come back to us. I know it.
Come, let's see how well you fight.
So we're not going to do these now, but here at the trainer you can practice the moves that you've already learned. If there's something that's locked, it's because it hasn't taught it to you yet. You can also study the enemy types and fight specifically those types to get practice against them. You can learn special moves for a cost. I didn't actually mean to select it. I believe this is the one we already did. Oh, this is to hold stand at them.
Bene, bene. Now do it again. Excellent. One more and we'll be done. Well done, Ezio.
There we go. Okay, the point being that you can select special moves. Some of them you'll have to pay for. And then some of them you'll have to wait till they become unlocked. And then you can also choose to just free fight.
Yes, it's best we take a break.
Recent good fortune finding new suppliers has paid off.
All who need aid are welcome here.
So in this Assassin's Creed, your horse is yours until you go someplace it can't follow you, like a city. Otherwise, your horse will try and follow you. There's no way to summon a horse like there is in later Assassin's Creed games, but they'll try to stay close to you, and then the only way you lose them is if you go someplace they can't follow you. Or you choose a different horse, which I have a bad habit of doing because I like horses that are unique. And in this game, the unique horses are the black ones. There just aren't as many of them as there are of the white and the brown. So I have a bad habit of jumping off my horse and snagging a black one whenever I see it. Hello. Thank you.
Ezio, what are you doing here?
Taking responsibility. Vieri troubles you because of me.
Vieri troubles us because he's a Templar, and we are assassins.
Either way, I wish to help.
Va bene. Then listen close. First, we must find a way inside the city, though it seems Vieri expects us. He has sealed the gates and sent his men to guard them. Fortunately for us, the city is larger than its host. The southern gate suffers for it, so this is where we'll strike. Pronti?
What goes around? Help Mario and his men assassinate Vieri de Pazzi.
All right, Ezio. Here's how it is going to work. My men and I will distract the guards. Once we have engaged them, get yourself over the wall and find a way to open the gate. Take these throwing knives. Use them to dispatch the archers.
I'm ready when you are.
Then let us begin. Al attacco!
San Gimignano, named after Saint Geminius, who was supposedly conjured up a dense fog to save the city of Modena from Attila the Hun, San Gimignano was founded in the 3rd century. The city grew from the 10th century onward as a stopping point along the pilgrimage route to Rome. In 1199, once its citizens grew wealthy, San Gimignano separated from the bishops of Volterra and became self-governing. The city's distinctive towers were created as its wealthy citizens competed to display how much money was actually in their pockets. In its heyday, the city had 72 towers. But the plague of 1348 decimated San Gimignano. Without money for upkeep, the town started to fall apart. The council appealed to Florence, and Florence took control. So the best advice I can give for the knives is make sure you lock onto the target you want to hit first, because otherwise he just kind of throws all willy-nilly.
Maybe I'll let you live. Maybe not.
Well done, Ezio. We're in. This way, men! I want you to distract those guards and keep them from raising the alarm. Hopefully it will buy me enough time to find and silence Vieri.
Va bene.
Wait, Nipote. Take a few of my men with you, just to be safe. Come join me once they're dealt with.
What's Vieri up to now?
No one knows, but something has him on edge. How else to explain all the patrols?
A signal again when you should follow.
Instead, he's turned us into nursemaids. And what?
Shooting his mouth off again, no doubt.
That's
Hanging
your
with
match.
all sorts of people. And so now, we pay the price.
Careful. What do you want to strike before him like Bernardo was?
My prices reflect the exquisite workmanship of my tradesmen. I may be expensive, but my goods are worth the extra quattrini. I've never stopped to show the merchandise. I may be expensive, but my goods are worth the extra quattrini. I've never stopped to show.
Your twisted soul will suffer eternally for this.
The Torre Ragnosa. Connected to the 13th century Palazzo Vecchio del Podesta, the Torre Ragnosa rises 51 meters above San Gimignano. Podesta, power in English, was the title given to the appointed head of many Italian cities. The Palazzo Vecchio was the residence of the Podesta of San Gimignano for about 100 years, until, in 1337, he moved across the square into the Palazzo Comunale. Why would the Podesta simply abandon tradition like that? Perhaps because the Palazzo Comunale has the largest tower in San Gimignano. Tower envy. Do not underestimate it as a force for change. Okay.
On him! He sold us out to Sforza. Get him!
Don't lose him again!
Our blade in my face!
Ezio! Your uncle's under attack and needs help. Go to him!
Ah, Nipote, there you are. It seems my plan has hit something of a snag. Vieri's men ambushed us, and now we...
Okay, hang on. Torre dei Salvucci. In a city famous for its towers, the Salvucci family, in a display of 13th century might, erected not one, but two. And not only did they erect two, they built them to be taller than the ruler of San Gimignano's, the Podesta's tower, despite a law made in 1255 that prohibited such an act of blatant brick-and-mortar style aggression. Outraged, the Podesta forced the towers to be cut down until they were smaller than his. That is the only one I missed, right? Yes, okay.
Got our hands full. My brothers and I will deal with these guards. I want you to go on ahead and root out that snake. See that justice is served.
Palazzo Comunale. San Gimignano's town hall was built as the seat of the municipal government in 1288. As befits the city of towers, one of the council's earliest acts inside their new home was to construct the Torre Grossa on top. The Podesta took up residence at the Palazzo Comunale in 1337.
Sit tight.
Do you see what's going on? Not yet, but you will.
Okay, so the clue is the power they wielded to cut down their enemies. So there's a sword. I would think Alexander the Great, although we don't see a sword, we see a staff. Joan of Arc would have had a sword. King Arthur has a sword. I would think Charlemagne had a sword. Okay, not Charlemagne. Maybe not. No, wait. I want that one. I don't want that one. Really? Looks like he might have a dagger, so maybe that counts. There looks like there's a sword inside the tree. Yeah, there we go. In their hands, the wise lean on great force. So this is the one where we want staffs. I'm not sure if that's a staff. Let's wait on that one. Okay, so no to that one. Moses would have had a staff. Let's see if we can also take this poster down real quick. Get one more viewpoint along the way. That'll be one less we have to get later, and we can see where we're going a bit better. The Torre del Diavolo. Probably built for medieval defense, the Torre del Diavolo once had a walkway at its summit. The wooden spikes around the top held the boards of the walkway in place. Depending upon who you ask, the name, the Devil's Tower, comes from either the fact that lightning once struck the tower, or that the original owner left on a trip only to come back and find it slightly higher than when he left. It looks like there's a glyph on this one as well. We're to climb on that side.
They were mostly heroes. See how the lineage is disrupted? The web of history traps the good, and the evil take what is not theirs.
Oh, my favorite ring puzzles. Okay, let's see. Ring puzzles aren't bad until they start doing that, where you're moving multiple pieces. And Satan said unto Cain, Swear unto me by thy throat, and if thou tell it, that thou shalt die. And all these things were done in secret. And Cain said, Truly I am man, the master of this great secret. Okay. I don't see where that one is connecting. There, maybe? Wherefore Cain was called Masterman, and he glorified in his wickedness.
Behold, the mark of Cain.
Buy me a little time.
Laggiù! Soda sotto sforza! Get him!
I think they're trying to sneak away. Can you believe you have to play I think they're trying to sneak away. You can run now.
Get away! Hurry up! Raju! He's there! On him! Outplace my face!
Just last month, the Visconti bought 300 of my finest.
Man, I'm too old for that capo.
It's settled. Pieri, you will remain here to coordinate the mercenary. Francesco will organize our forces in the city and send word when it's time to strike. Jacopo, your job is to calm the citizens once the deed is done.
What of that Ubriacone Mario? He continues to harass my forces, and I fear he'll discover what we intend.
He's always been trouble. Just like that bastardo brother of his.
Then let me reunite them, father.
There will be plenty of time to clean up the rifiuti when we're finished. Now, is there anything else? Muy bien. May the Father of Understanding guide you.
May the Father of Understanding guide you.
Comandante! Comandante!
What?
Mario Auditore has invaded the city. He comes for you.
Then let's not keep him waiting. Ah, there you are. I'm not afraid.
What are you and your allies planning? Is this what my father discovered? Is this why he was killed?
I'm sorry. Were you hoping for a confession?
Pezzo di merda! Vorrei solo che avesse sofferto di più! Hai avuto la fine che meritavi! Spero che
Enough, Ezio! Show some respect.
Respect? After all that's happened, do you think he would have shown either of us such kindness?
You are not Fieri. Do not become him. Che la morte ti dia le pace che cercavi. Requiesca in pace. Take this. Read it when you have the time. Our work here is finished. Let us return to the villa.
Alright, so we now have a knife belt permanently. We got a new codex page in addition to the one we stopped and picked up. We got a new letter, which I'm not going to read right away because we're going to have a mission to read it.
That's it. Come back if you need me. I reached on good fortune. A pleasure. You do come again?
And here he is, our campione Ezio.
Oh, hey, Ezio! I see you've wasted no time starting the celebration.
And why not? You've done us a great service, Nipote. With Vieri dead, La Toscana will grow quiet once more. Do you know what that means?
Basta lavorare.
Si passa tutto il giorno a bere.
E a puttane. What? It's true.
Come, Ezio, walk with me.
Yes, Uncle.
A change of plans. Learn about the villa and discover the codex pages hidden there.
De Pazzi answered to another. Spaniard.
He is Rodrigo Borgia, one of the most powerful men in all of Europe, and leader of the Templar Order.
Which makes him responsible for the murder of my father and brothers.
Yes, and he will kill you too, given the chance.
Then I must stand against him if I wish to be free. But not until every other Templar has fallen to my blade. Father's list will guide me.
Where will you go next?
Firenze. Francesco de Pazzi will share the fate of his son.
A sensible next step. No doubt he intends evil for the city. All right, that's enough grim talk for one night. I'll be in my study if you need me.
I shall read the letter my uncle gave me.
Messer Francesco, I have done as requested and spoken with your son. I agree with your assessment, though only in part. Yes, Vieri is brash and prone to act without forethought. And he has a habit of treating the mercenari like playthings. I have received reports of at least 3 men being disfigured as a result. But I do not think him, as you put it, beyond repair. Rather, I believe the solution to be a simple matter. He seeks your approval, your attention. These outbursts of his are a result of insecurities born out of a sense of inadequacy. He speaks of you often and fondly, and expresses a desire to be closer to you. So, if he is loud and foul and angry, I believe it is simply because he wants to be noticed. He wants to be loved. Act as you see fit on the information I've given you here. But I must ask that we end this correspondence. Were he to discover the nature of our conversations, I fear what might become of me. Yours in confidence, Fra Giocondo.
Look familiar?
Well, they're codex pages.
Yes. Your father managed to find and translate a few before he...
Here.
This is not your father's work. Someone else has translated it.
Leonardo da Vinci, a friend.
Do you see the way the words cross from one page to the next?
There is something underneath it all. Some kind of map. Where is it supposed to lead?
Your father and I managed to make out bits of a prophecy scrawled across these pages. It was written by an assassin like us, who long ago held a piece of Eden. His name was Altair. He spoke of something powerful and ancient hidden beneath the land.
What is it?
What indeed? Solving that little mystery is exactly why we collected these pages.
Then let me help. It's time I take on my father's work. All of it. I'll start with the page I took from Vieri. Leonardo will decode it for us.
Bene. Return here when time permits, and we'll add it to the wall.
are welcome here.
Alright guys, I think this is where we're going to call it for this stream. Next time we will check in on Claudia and start learning about the economy system, repairing the villa and the town. But for today, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time. Bye!